focus and the center of his life, that person got to learn what it means to forgive. The first code of conduct, I'm talking about the code of conduct in making Christ our focus. And the first one is that we have to love one another. The second one is learn how to forgive. Colossians 3:13, 3 verse 13. Praise God. For bearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man has a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave, so also do. And it was so we must also learn what it means to forgive. Praise God. Praise God. Are you with me? So we must learn what it means to forgive. This year, your prophetic message will come into manifestation if you can have the spirit of forgiveness. Your prophetic message will materialize if you can say, Lord, I have forgiven myself and I have forgiven others also. You cannot sit in this church and have issues with people. You cannot sit in this church and have issue with your father, your mother, your brothers, with your husband. How is it possible that husbands and wife are in the same house and they are not talking? You are not Christians. You are not. You cannot be a child of God. How is it possible? Amen. Forgive one another. The third code of conduct is that be servant to one another. So realize that the one another is taking place. One another. Be servant to one another. Galatians 5 verse 13. The second code of conduct, if we can set Christ as our focus, is that we must learn to be servants to one another. Galatians 5:13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. By what? Love serve one another. Do not use liberty as an occasion to the flesh. Freedom now, do not use it to your only advantage, to the profit, the thing that will make you feel good. But by love, serve one another. You meet an old woman on the street and she's carrying water. Take that water and go and put it in her house. A brother says, I don't have an airtime. Send that person an airtime. You come to church and you see the shoe of your brother and you know this shoe is not good. Buy a shoe for them. Serve one another by love, not by murmuring. There are many of you here, you are serving all right, but you are serving out of pretense and murmuring. You come to church to work, but you're coming to church to work is because you are pretending. If you don't come, Papa will talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time and the generation we are in, where a lot of people are in the church. They are so of themselves, selfish ambition and self-centeredness, and it is the reason why we cannot make Christ our focus. This year, your agenda should be that if Christ is my focus, the third code of conduct is that you must learn to serve one another by love. I am helping you not because you are good. I am doing it because I love the Lord. I preach to you not because you have not hurt me. I preach and I am serving you as a pastor because I love the Lord. If love is not the motivation by which you do the things you do, believe me, there is nothing you can do for people. Are you with me? If love is not the motivation by which you do the things you do, there is nothing you can do for anybody, because anybody you want to do good to, in one way or the other, has something that the person has done, or you may not like it, but we still do good to people. So by love, tell somebody by love. I want to hear you. By love, serve one another. Serve your children. Serve your husband. Serve your wife. Serve your pastor. But men of God, throw the title and come down and serve the members by love. You cannot only come to church and take the first seat and think that you are the man of God. Come and clean the church. Pastor, you are not better than those who clean the church. You are not better than those who are going for evangelism. You are not better than those who are working at the church project. You are not better by love. So the Christ who is our focus, when he came down, or see the Son of God, the Son of Man did not come to be served, but came to serve. One day the disciples were making complaint, and they said, who is the greater in the kingdom of heaven? Jesus called a little child and said, the greater in the kingdom of heaven should be as this one. And another time too, he said, he that want to be great in that kingdom must learn how to serve. Everybody today is playing a song of becoming self-righteous and self-something. Be a servant.